Hey everyone, Shabby Gamer here, and we are back with some more of the Gibraltar Challenge here on Foot Manager 2016. We are now in 2026. Was that 10 years in? No, it'd be 11 years in, wouldn't it? Because you're starting 2025, yeah. So we're 10 seasons in now, I think. And we have another 2 cup finals for you today. We have got a Senior League Cup final against Leo FC, and then the Rock Cup final against Glasses United. So yeah, it's been pretty dominant this season, and it's going to be pretty easy here today as well. I think we're missing a couple of guys on international duty for this game, and the game against Glasses, we should be at full capability, but I don't really think it matters, does it really? We beat them 5-0 with in the last episode, so I think it'll be quite easy once again. So without further ado, let's get straight into our first match against Leo FC. And here we are. As you can see, we're not actually as heavy favourites as what we normally are. We're normally 1-6 and they're 10-1, but in this one we're only 1-3 and they're 7-1, so who knows, maybe Leo FC might have something in the locker they can pull off in this one, but I severely doubt that. So Christian Bayes is going to be our key man. Scored 23 goals in 17 games so far. So we only brought him in January, and he's already our top goal scorer. It just shows how good he has been. We have changed our formation once again. Have they got anyone? They've got Pons, who we used to play for us. I think that's all they've got really, used to play for us. But let's have a look at our team. We've got Bruno Ramito in goal once again. I don't think he's quite as good as what Machego was, but he's still a very, very good goalkeeper. Into left-back position, we have Renato Evola, the Italian left-back we brought in January. Again, a really good young player. He's going to do well for us. Of course, we're looking forward to the Champions League next year as well. Roger Newby lines up alongside him in the centre-back position. Bit of rock for us this season. Former Fulham player by the looks of it. Nick Harlton, the guy we're trying to get to play for Gibraltar. He's a good player, actually. He's annoyed he wants to play some more first-team football, so obviously that's why he's in the game here today. He's played quite a lot this season, actually. He's played a lot more than some of the other defenders. At right back, we have Stefan Dama, the Australian centre-back, right back, whichever way you want to play him. He's been a really good player for us as well, since we brought him in January as well. Another player who's going to be good for us in the Champions League next year. Obef Batinho, the Colombian defensive midfielder, centre-back midfielder, wherever you want to put him. Again, a really good player, and actually playing for the Colombian national side now as well. Surprised his value's not gone up, actually. Zhang Xiongjae plays alongside him in defensive midfield. Again, a cracking young player. We only brought him last year. A lot of this team is very new, actually. Finn Baird at left attacking midfield had a cracking game at the end of last episode. 1 goal and 3 assists. Just an incredible player. And I wonder whether he might be someone that... How long have we had him for? We've had him for 3 years now, so... I wonder whether he might be someone who might eventually look to play for Gibraltar national side. He's not got in the Australian national side as yet. He's played 1 cap for the under-20s, but you never know. In the attacking midfield spot, we have Emery Admasu, a player who is unhappy for not playing a lot of games either. He wants to actually be sold in the summer, but I'm trying to get him back on side with playing him, but maybe he's not actually that good anyway, really. Sergio Tundi at right attacking midfield, a player who's really developed into a cracking one over the last few years since we brought him in, and played 5 caps for Cameroon now as well. And then up front, of course, we have Christian Bayes, our talisman goal scorer. Can you imagine how many goals he'll score in a full season? We'll have to find out next year if we can keep a hold of him, that is. I'm sure we'll be able to keep a hold of him. Get in the Champions League anyway. A great opportunity to show the pundits just how good you are, because they've been talking up. And here we go, we are underway. I'm hoping for a nice easy victory here. I want to try and finish this season on a high. That'd be lovely. I'm disappointed. 6 minutes in, we haven't scored yet. I'm not happy. Not happy at all. I'm only joking. It's Christian Bayes offside once again, and we do have a highlight now. Evola on the left-hand side, big long throw into Zhang Xiongjae. Can play right back as well, but he's playing defensive midfield here today. Plays it in to Sergio Tundi, who's normally playing out wide, but he's come quite narrow there. Dama's going to be looking for the support by Tundi, but he does find Zhang Xiongjae. Back to Dama. Back to the South Korean. Slow build-up here. Admasu almost loses the ball, but just about keeps a hold of it. Plays it back to Patinho. And Patinho sees a good ball in there to Tundi. Great control, because it was a difficult height for him, and Tundi plays it back to Dama. Dama now plays a big ball forward. Can Tundi keep it in? He does. Crosses it into the middle, and Finn Baird is there. I thought that was a very, very slow build-up there, but eventually they just completely ripped him to shreds. That big ball by Dama, which I think was actually a little bit too heavy, nearly went off the pitch. But Atundi managed to catch it up. Yeah, look at this. I thought that was just too heavy, that, and Atundi just caught it before it went out. Good cross across the middle of the 6-yard box, and Finn Baird was there from the left-hand side to knock it into the back of the net at the far post. So we lead now. That's good. 1 shot, 1 on target, 1 goal. You know I like that. You know I like that. Want to be more clinical where we can. Sabri with a big goal kick. Evola gets ahead of Moto. I don't know if Moto's actually playing for Gibraltar now. He's Spanish, but he's been in Gibraltar since the game started, so I think he must be close to playing for the Gibraltar national side. I don't know if he's actually just not taken the nationality, maybe. Patino plays it out wide to Finn Baird into Adamasu, who's bringing it forward. Can he? He does find Christian Baez, who creates himself a bit of space and hooks it into the back of the net. Christian Baez, great bit of work there. He had a lot to do when he got past the ball, but he managed to take it past 2 players and put it into the far corner. And as you can see, he's very, very happy with that, and as he should be. Great bit of work there by Christian Baez. Look at that. It's too easy for him, isn't it, really, this league? Right in that corner. And I'm looking forward to seeing how this guy is going to get on in the Champions League for us next year. That's going to be a big one. I think Champions League should get easier for us now, because with a few people taking Gibraltarian nationality this season, it means that we're going to get a few more homegrown players, I believe. I might be wrong, but a few more homegrown players that we can use. Because that's been our issue the last few years. We've not got many homegrown players, and it's meant that we've had to only put forward a small squad for the Champions League. Finn Baird crosses in. Atundi at the far post, it's in. 3-0 up, it's not even half an hour in yet. And we are ripping Leo FC to shreds here. And maybe the odds being a little bit more in their favour is really not that truthful. Just look at that, Atundi, just far too much space at the back post. Great ball in by Finn Baird as well. And assists now for all 3 of the attacking midfielders. That's great. Atundi from the right, Admasu from the centre, and Finn Baird from the left. No, like I said this in the last episode, no wonder Christian Baez scores so many goals. How can you not? You've got all these players of such good quality crossing the ball in. Atundi now with a corner as well. And it's gone in. Is that off Roger Newby? Is that going to be an own goal? It looks like it could be an own goal. No, it is. It's Newby's goal. That's his 4th for the season as well. That's a lot for a centre-back, you know. I'm happy with that. If one of your centre-backs can pop up with 4 goals in a season, it all helps, doesn't it, really? I don't know how much Newby knew about it. It looks like Miller may have actually kicked it into Newby, and it's bounced off him and went into the back of the net, almost. To see, well, I suppose. There's a lot of noise coming from my PlayStation all of a sudden. And there we go, 4-0 up at half-time. That is a pretty convincing result, isn't it, really? Do everyone on the bench? We might want to bring on a few substitutes. I don't know why he seems confused and demotivated by that. There you go. Well, it seems to have worked on some players anyway. As the second half is underway now, Patino forward to Admaso. I wonder how many goals we can score in this half. It seems to happen a lot of times where you get a really convincing first half lead, and then in the second half you just don't quite get as much. The second half seems to tighten up quite a bit, and well, I'm assuming the same is going to happen here. You never know, we might be able to knock in another 4 goals. Be nice if we could. Patino now on the ball across to Zhang Songjae. I'm probably pronouncing most of these names incorrectly, so I do apologise if I'm offending anybody. Admasu to Baez. In to Finn Baird on the left-hand side. There's the cross, and Atundi, it's saved by Sabri. Or Sabari. And the match continues on. What can we pull out here? What can we pull out? Well, moving up to the hour mark now, I might make a couple of substitutions just to keep some of the players fit for the game against Glasses United in the Rock Cup final. Let's do it now. We're more or less at the hour mark, aren't we? 80 Day come on for Atundi. No, actually no, let's undo that. Let's bring on 80 Day in the middle in place of Admasu, who's not having the best of games. Let's bring on Franks for Baez as well. And then maybe Andrikovic for Patino. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. Free, pretty damn good. The problem is you must be worried. You're thinking to yourself, oh, thank God for that. We're seeing the back of some cracking players, and all of a sudden, even more cracking players come on. And Roger Newby gets his second goal of the game. Guy's on a hat-trick now. And a Tundi with a great delivery. And look how much space he's in the middle there. Just completely loses the defenders with his run. And heads it into the net. And we are 5-0 up now. Roger Newby with 2 goals. He's actually on 9.4. He's equal man of the match at the moment with Sergio Tundi. It'll be interesting to see which one pulls it off. Finn Bed at 9.3 as well. It's great to have 3 players on a +9 rating. Newby now on the ball. Take a shot, mate. Take a shot. Evola, big ball forward. It's picked up by Finn Bed. Crossed into the middle. Franks. And there it is. 6-0. And there's still 20 minutes left. Eric Franks with his 15th goal of the season. So he's scored quite a few goals this year as well. We've got a lot of really good strikers. We've got Franks, we've got Bustamante, we've got Tomic as well, who scored against Barcelona this year, of course. We really have got some top-level players. Frank Banning, Christian Bayers, of course. And I think guys like AD Day and Andrew Lakovic are going to struggle to get into this game now. Because they come on, you're already winning 4-0, you come on as a substitute. It's a bit more difficult to really get yourself sort of energized into the game, and just see 80 Day drop into a 6.8 now. That's probably why. And oh, they've got a highlight, have they? Pons with a throw in to Moto, or maybe not. Zatundi steals the ball back across the dam into Andrew Lakovic. Plays a big ball forward, and Franks is not going to get there. It's hit back forward by Chambers. Andrew Lakovic knocks it back forward though to 80 Day. Space opens up in front of Day as he makes the run. Passes into Franks. Day continues his run, but Franks plays it across the Finn Bed on the left-hand side. Never cross in. Franks again off the post. Finn Bed almost with another assist in this game. He's already got 2 and a goal. And he almost got himself another assist there. That would have cemented him, I think, as the man of the match. Because at the moment we've got 3 players all on a 9.4 rating. I'm thinking Finn Bed deserves it, you know. With his 1 goal and his 2 assists. But then again, Atundi's got the same. But Bear just looks so good on that left-hand side. And he could have had more assists if it wasn't for just a little bit sloppy finishing. Ball over the top, and Moto went for it, but Avola cuts that well back to Ramito, who plays it forward to 80 Day. Don't know if they're going to get a chance to continue this attack. Was the referee going to blow the whistle? He does. It's a 6-0 win in the Senior League Cup final for Europa Point FC. Great win. It is Sergio Tundi who takes the man of the match. And I am very happy with your performance, and everyone's happy with that as well. So that's great. So that's 1 cup down, 1 6-0 dominant victory. Let's get into that Rock Cup final against Glasses United. Well, that's always nice, isn't it? Sorry to interrupt you between the 2 matches, but I've just seen this just popped at the Champions League review. Manchester City have just defeated Manchester United in the final, which I wasn't happy about. I'm a Man United fan. And this is the Champions League review. And we were deemed as the biggest overachievers, which is pretty damn good. I'm happy with that. In a competition to remember for Europa Point, who thrilled everyone with their performances in reaching the group stage. And not only reaching the group stage, we did a lot in the group stage as well. So I'm really, really happy about that. And I'm hoping it's going to really boost up our reputation going into next season as well. Want to be able to see if we can buy some next level players and hopefully get back into the group stages once again. And here we go with our final game of the season, the Rock Cup final against Glasses United. Glasses, who are currently 10-1 to win this match. We are 1-6, so we're at shorter odds than what we were in the previous game. We won quite convincing. Was it 6-0? It's been such a long time in between matches. It takes so long to load at the moment. It's been so long between matches I've forgotten. I think it was 6-0. Don't matter, does it really? Christian Bayes is going to be our key man with 24 goals in 16 games. They've got Peter Morgan, who's a fullback, so that sort of gives a hint of roughly what they're planning. They've got Jack Peachman up front, who's just given the top goal scorer this season. He scored 27 goals, so he's only slightly ahead of Bayers. But he had all season to do it. And of course, they also have Liam Joyce in defence, who used to play for us as well. We've stuck with very much the same team. There's a few changes, don't get me wrong, actually. Bruno Ramito in goal. We brought Jared Murphy back in at left back, the Australian. 4 caps now for Australia. Nick Carlton is still, and he's even more unhappy now. He was unhappy because he weren't playing enough first team football, so we gave him more or less every single game, and now he's unhappy because we've not kept the promise. So I don't quite know what's going on with Nick Carlton. Roger Newby lines up alongside him. Zhang Songjae is going to go into right back for this one. I think he's got better stats to play that defensive midfield role, to tell the truth, but still, either way, he's pretty good in that one. We've got Chris Morgan, and alongside him we have Anders Broger. I can't believe how much Broger grew from a 16-year-old player we signed to how he is now. He's incredible, really. Finn Baird attacking at left midfield. Aidan Day at attacking right midfield, or AD Day, should I say. Attacking right midfield. Sergio Tundi as the central attacking midfielder. And then up front we have Christian Baez. And if you ask me, this front four is going to absolutely demolish Glasses United here. They're just too good, really, I think. Great opportunity to show the pundits that you are as good as they keep saying you are. Great, that's what we want to say. And let's go for it. Let's really just hit the ground running and show just how incredible we really are. And this front four, I think, today is going to demolish Glasses. And already 2 minutes in, there is a highlight from their goal kick. But only gets as far as Jared Murphy, the Australian left back, who brings the ball forward as far as Finn Baird. What's Finn got in the locker now? Into Sergio Tundi. Normally these two are on opposite wings, but with the entrance of AD Day, right on cue, AD Day playing the right attacking midfield role, scores the goal from the cross from Sergio Tundi. I was just about to say that normally Sergio Tundi plays the attacking right midfield role, but with the introduction of AD Day in January, it's been a bit more of a mix and match on that right hand side now, because both players are fantastic and both players are linking up together. Just shows how good it is when you have both players on the pitch, I suppose. So Jared Murphy, once again, we're 5 minutes into the game now, we've already scored a goal and we're on the attack again with a highlight. Tundi plays it forward. Christian Baez has got through the defence. Tries to play it into the middle. Liam Joyce cuts it out well. Clears it, but only as far as AD Day, the goal scorer, the first goal, plays it across to a Tundi. I think Finn Baird, there was offside. Broger, good ball, sees Baird. That wasn't Baird offside, then Mippin Baez. But Baird, oh, it's on the line. It does creep in. It does creep in. Is that going to be Finn Baird's goal? It is going to be Finn Baird's goal. It's a bit of a tricky one to even see what happened there. I think the ball went over the top. Finn Baird took the shot. I think the keeper saved it, but it just sort of bounced off him and ended up on the line. Keeper made a right hash of trying to clear it, and Finn Baird just managed to hop along and tap it into the back of the open net. So 2-0 up after 6 minutes, and I think the Rock Cup is as good as ours, really. But let's see how many goals we can score. That's the main thing. 10 minutes, and Finn Baird with the free kick. It's headed clear by Liam Joyce, who, in fairness for them, is having a really good game, Liam Joyce. To say, former guy, came through our academy, played quite a few games for us as well. And then as soon as we hit professional, of course, we've sort of lost a lot of our Gibraltarian national players. Baez now on the ball. Takes a shot and Johnson saves it. It goes out for a corner, which is going to be taken here by Finn Baird. Halton, or headed against the... I don't know if they hit the post or just the side netting, I'm not sure, but it looked pretty close either way. Johnson with the big ball forward. Headed back by Peachman. And Doherty's lost it to a Tundi, and we are absolutely demolishing him here. It's a case of just how many we're going to score at this rate. It really is. A Tundi with a shot. Oh, it's gone in. I thought the keeper had saved that, but it looks like he palmed it into the top of his own net. And we are 3-0 up on Glasses United now after just 12 minutes. And this is just really proof of how far in advance we are of the other teams in the league now. Glasses United finished second in the league and joined us in the major cup final. It just shows really just how strong we are compared against the rest of the teams. We've got a few players leaving in the summer, quite a few of the younger players that I brought in that haven't really got to the level we wanted to, so I've let them go on free transfers. It'd be interesting to see if any of them actually end up staying in Gibraltar. That'd be an interesting one, wouldn't it, really? Nick Halton hitting the crossbar there in the 23rd minute from that corner. Johnson plays it back to Johnson, who plays it forward, but there's just no attacking force there for Glasses United. And another highlight. This is going to be quite the game, I think, for this. We broke records in the Senior League Cup final for the highest victory of 6-0. Can we break records here in the Rock Cup as well? We're already breaking records anyway because we've won the Cup about 5 or 6 years in a row now. So we're with... Oh, 80 Day. Oh, I'm not quite sure if he meant that or not. Did he mean that? It's his second goal of the game for him. The keeper was off his line. If 80 Day meant that, then that is incredibly cheeky. You know what? It looks like he may have done, you know. And that is 4-0 after 25 minutes. And, well, God. Best performance I think I've seen from our team in quite some time. And that's just having those 3 guys, or these 4 guys in the attacking midfield slots. 34 minutes in, we've got another highlight. Sergio Tundi on the ball. Plays it into 80 Day once again. Plays it across Christian Baez. 5-0. 5-0 after 34 minutes. Ripping them to shreds here, aren't we? Look at that. Can we get another one before half time? You wouldn't write us off, would you? Another highlight here. 37 minutes. Corner being taken by Baez for some strange reason. It's very Harry Kane in the World Cup there. And they're on a counter-attack. Ballister comes forward with the ball. Plays it to Carter, but he's being surrounded by players. Now, can they keep a hold of it? Plays it back to Johnson. Forward to Jack Peachman. Forward to Doherty. And I reckon next year, you know, next year we could really go all out with the amount of goals we're going to score, you know. If we can keep a hold of these 4 attacking players, which I would love to do, then we could really go all out here. Oh, Morgan cuts it away from Clements, and we're on the counter-attack ourselves. Atundi plays it forward to 80 Day, who's on a hat-trick in his first half, but sees a great run on the outside by Finn Baird. Finn with a cross. It goes to Day at the far post, and it comes off the crossbar into the keeper's hands. And 80 Day almost had his first half hat-trick. Looks like he might have to settle for the 2 goals. But what a cracking first half this has been. Really has been absolutely immense. And that's the good thing as well. Our return is 18 shots, 5 goals. I'm quite happy with that as well. I'm very pleased with your performance. Keep it up. That seems to be a good one to go for. Everyone's delighted, which is good as well. And let's continue on and see if we can continue to destroy them in the second half, potentially. It's 80 Days on the ball. He's on a hat-trick as well, 80 Day. I'd fancy him to get that hat-trick as well. If you can get some in-play betting going on, go for that hat-trick for 80 Day. It's definitely going to be worth it. I don't think you get very good odds on it at the moment. It looks so obvious, doesn't it? They've managed to hold on for 15 minutes in the second half without conceding a goal. Who's on the bench anyway? We've got Franks. Oh, we do have a highlight now on the 61st minute. Broga plays it into Atundi. Plays it out wide to Jared Murphy, the left back, who tries to play the cross. It bounced off and comes free to Hodgson. It's just a hopeless punt, that one, really. Just Route 1 football, just clearing it. But it allows Europa Point FC to build once again from the back. Broga forward to 80 Day on the right hand side. He's got 2 players around him, another 2 looking for him, but 80 Day plays the cross in. It's headed clear by Liam Joyce. Miller stops it getting to Atundi, and now Johnson tries to bring it away, and you see just how slow they are on the ball. I think that's the big difference. As we're always this 1-2 touch looking for the pass. 80 Day, it wasn't a great pass by Morgan, but Day keeps it in and does play it in, and Christian Baez right in the centre knocks it into the net, and that is his second goal of the game as well. 80 Day, 2 goals, 2 assists. I think the man of the match award is as good as already rewarded by the looks of it. Look at that. It's too easy for Bayers, isn't it? Eric Bernal I'm going to bring on because he's unhappy about not playing first team football. So let's bring him on. Although he's going to have to play a bit deeper than what he normally would do. But let's play him in place of Chris Morgan. Let's bring on Evola in place of Jared Murphy. Let's put a bit more strength on there as well. And I think that'll do for now. I was going to bring on Franks for Bayers a minute ago, but now Bayers is on a hat-trick. I don't really want to. I think I'll leave him the way it is. Let's see if we can pull off some more goals then. Be good if AD Day and Christian Bayers can get their hat-tricks. That'd be cracking. Part of me wonders whether we should just go to overload, you know. Should we do it? There's only 8 minutes left, why not? Let's just go for overload. We might end up getting caught on the break, but who cares? We're winning 6-0, we're not going to get caught 6 times, are we? Come on, get another goal. Go on, get another goal. No, it looks like 6-0, and that's always the way. You always get to score a lot of goals in the first half, and the second half just seems to really quieten down. I think the other team just sort of holds on a bit more. Atundi back into AD Davies on that hat-trick. Go on, have a shot, mate, have a shot. No, he's been taken down by Cottrell. And that is the full-time whistle. Another 6... That 2 6-0 wins in the 2 cup finals. I think that was, you know. We'll double check in a second. I'm very pleased with you. So AD Day did get the man of the match. No surprises there. Christian Bayers and AD Day end up 1 and 2 top goal scorers in the Rock Cup as well. Which again is pretty good considering they only turned up in January. 2 fantastic signings for us, weren't they? Let's have a quick look at the schedule and just... double check to see what we did do. I'm sure it was both 6-0s, weren't they? Where's the cup finals gone? Well, I'm confused. Oh, there we go, yeah. 6-0 against Leo FC in the Senior League Cup final. 6-0 in the Rock Cup final against Glasses United as well. And what a very strong way to end the season. We've really, really shown just how strong we are once again. And we've done pretty well in the Champions League this year. We got into the Champions League group stage. We beat Barcelona 2-0 at home. We drew away at Barcelona. We drew away at Marseille as well. Lost to Chelsea home and away. Lost to Marseille away as well. But we really proved that we are just a level ahead of where we probably should be at the moment. And I'm hoping next year that we can at least get into the Europa League group stages. Which means that we can afford to get knocked out maybe 1 or 2 rounds earlier than what we did this year. But obviously we're going to try and get in the Champions League once again. There's no reason why we could not get in there. I think our team now is a lot stronger than what it was last year. And judging by how well we did, there's no reason why we couldn't just push on and go to the next level. Who knows? But of course, you'll have to find that on the next episode. Next episode will be, obviously, the first round or the second qualifying stage of the Champions League, depending on when we get put in this year. And I hope to see you all there. Of course, if you have enjoyed this video, then please do hit that like button. It does really help me out. It makes the video easier for other people to find. And if you are new around here, be sure to hit that subscribe button as well for a lot more of this Gibraltar challenge here on Football Manager 2016. I've been Shabby Gamer, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.